What's up, randos? Welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about some things. Plans for this upcoming week or so. I start school next week. A lot of people do. So, I don't exactly know what to do right now. So, I have a few things I want to finish up. A few. One, I gotta finish doing my Epic the Musical thing. I'm definitely done by tomorrow or Tuesday of next week for sure. Best times to do it, in my opinion. Then I'll have to do, I want to start doing some gaming content or something, which will most likely be just Pokemon or Minecraft. So yeah, also been doing some TCG stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. If I can, maybe Magic, probably not. And I just want to do more content like that and try and keep it steady because I've been forgetting to do it a lot. I have. It's my fault. But I'll try my best. And working on some other things like new book series, an original book series. I call it The Untold Story. So this video is going to be mostly that. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. So, to start things off, let me give you a bit of background information for my story. I'm not going to spoil much. I'm just going to give you, like, I think it's the blurb on the back is what it's called. Whatever. The blurb or whatever, like a small summary of the story, pretty much. So this takes place in a completely different world, completely separate from anything. There are gods. There are... right down, I think, 12 gods? Yes, 12. Was it 12 gods? I think it was 9. I don't know, remember. But there's different gods, and there's this king, because there was 27 islands in this world. Each island was ruled by a different king or queen. One of these kings decided that he wanted full control. So he called upon the gods to help him. The gods destroyed the world. They took down the kingdoms and gave all the control to the king. There was a witch, however, that didn't like this. The witch decided to did a spell or something to turn them into stone, which is where they are currently. And the king had her executed for this. And as time goes on, they became factions. As the king was overthrown, they became factions, different, and those were all would get separated, built. There's, I'm pretty sure there's 9 months. I'm pretty sure each one is named after God. No, I don't know. But there's also mini seas. The amount of, I don't remember how many there are for sure. But as of the current story, and I'm not explaining it well, but we'll leave a link in the description for the website I posted my story on. But anyways, the premise of it follows the main character Alexander and his goal to try and bring back the gods. For right now, I want to explain a few things that I have not plot points, but like key things in this world. Which is going to be one, it takes place like in the past, like an old Greek mythology stuff where they wear like they just wear fabrics across their body, bronze armor, stuff like that. But it's not bronze, more like silver and stuff. But let me talk about the different factions. They're named after Greek gods. I just had to just do that just because we have I'm pretty sure currently there's Artemis, Hephaestus, Hermes. I think I don't remember what they were. Oh, dang it, that sucks. I don't remember. I know those were 3 for sure. I think there was 5. I don't remember. Like I said, it's going to be in the description for chapter 1. I'm currently working on chapter 2. but follows this. So there's a few different races and a few different creatures. There are these. So we have so let's start with races. We have humans. Another race. I forgot what I was calling. They're like tieflings from D&D, just a little bit different. I forgot the name. I'll probably put it somewhere in the story because I don't know sure what I'm gonna call them yet. But they're like tieflings from D&D. There's going to be giants probably. I say probably because I don't know for sure. I know it's for sure going to be the gods have their own race of divine. It's just the divine race, which is separated from different categories, which is there's gods, angelic deities of certain kinds, and all these other things. I might add more races as we go on. Again, I'm still building the story and all the lore and stuff to it. And then we have some creatures, which there's not gonna be dragons or something. They have different names. Like I'm pretty sure one I had was called a Dreadwing, which is kind of like Dracolich from D&D, kind of mixed with a black dragon as well for D&D, kind of something like that, where it has like skeletons, glowing magic or something to keep it together, all that. And there's also deities, which function as kind of like the guardians of the world that rule above the gods in a sense, where some control the skies, seas, and land. There's only three. There's one of them that controls the sea that I named after the Lastrygonians that had deceased encounters in his journey, which are the giants, or Lastrygonia, I should say, the island that they are found on. They're Lastrygonians, pretty sure. But they're named after those. Called her name is Lastrygonia, and I want to give a brief description of like the first part of the story. Oh, wait, no, I'm not done. There's other older creatures and some of my own, like different types of birds. I have this one that I just introduced in the story. It's like a small little worm. W-Y-R-M. I'm pretty sure that's probably not. It's one of those. It's like a baby dragon in a way, but not as well. It's more serpent-like, with like just wings and a snake-like body, that kind of thing. There's other creatures I'm gonna introduce later, like probably shadowy figures, other things like that. Again, like I said, I'm still building everything up. I have all the names written down somewhere. I just gotta remember what they are. But like each of the gods have their own thing. Now let me get on to the faction or the story. So this follows Alexander, the main character, like I said, who's part of the Artemis faction, which is known for its hunting, just like Artemis, for hunting and all these other things like that, where he was raised to be a hunter. So he's like one of the best in the lands. Artemis faction controls 4 out of the 27 islands, and he's currently participating in a trial to become the ruler of the Artemis faction, kind of like a president or something, where like a lot of the power is to the people in a way, in a sense, where he can still control like the armies, military, stuff like that, but most of the stuff that he can do or that he can't do is for the people to vote on. They can say no, yes, and if he doesn't listen, the tyrant can be overthrown, stuff like that. Now all these factions are currently in peace. There's 5 or 6, I believe. Pretty sure there's 5. But the Artemis faction, he has to go to each of the 4 islands to complete a trial, including the main one he starts on. So the island that he's currently on is called Nil, where he has to find, kill, or bring the head of a Dreadwing back to the front of the island near the dock, where the current ruler, named Astrid, would be there to allow him to pass on. And every island, whoever's last or just dies, will just be won't be able to move on, obviously, if they're dead. But if they fail, or they're the last person to get there, they just can't move on. And there's also this other character introduced. I remember what it was called. It's a cool, interesting name I created, but it's basically, but they're basically currently at that island, which I named Nil, Nill. I don't know why. I just had to do it. It's fun. That's currently what I have currently going on right now. I'm gonna finish chapter 2 soon, hopefully. Probably today, I hope. But I've been getting sidetracked recently. Sorry. Like I said, I'll leave everything I need in the description. You can go check it out there. I don't remember the website I left it on. But it's just a book series. It's really good. I would probably recommend you read it if you're like... I'd recommend you have to be more mature to read it in a way. Especially when I get to chapter 2 where I'm gonna add more gore and stuff. Not like gore. It's gonna be like really bad, like his intestines were ripped out and then eaten. No. Just simple gore where it's like his neck was slashed and blood gushed onto the floor. Just something small like that. Nothing crazy. I'm not gonna do. But yeah, that's where I'm currently at. Oh, that's right. The deity's name. Wait, no, I probably shouldn't reveal that. No. But again, it's called The Untold Story for a reason, because most history is lost. So you don't get every detail in the first few paragraphs about the entire story. Obviously. I want to know what y'all think of this. Anyways, catch y'all later. Remember, stay random.